Welcome to Marketing in the Age of AI, the show for leaders who want real results, not more noise. Join Emanuel Rose as he helps business builders turn AI from a confusing add-on into a practical advantage with clearer messaging, stronger trust, and smarter systems. If you felt a shift happening in real time, you're not imagining it. In the agentic pivot, Emanuel calls it the move from experimenting with AI to building with it, so it supports your team, your brand, and your growth. Let's get into it.
Here's a number that stopped me this week. A lab you may not have on your radar, Moonshot AI out of Beijing, dropped an open model called Kimi K3. 2.8 trillion parameters. Anyone can download the weights. And on independent testing, it landed fourth among every frontier model out there, even passed up Cloud Opus 4.8. UK's AI Security Institute says the gap between the free open models and closed ones you pay for has shrunk to 4 to 7 months. And most of last year, it was 6 to 10 months. So the capability you're renting for a premium today, a version of it is basically free by the end of the month. That changes the math for every marketing team, right? When I think about the development of AI and understanding how to use it for content marketing and spending in those first drafts, even like in Jasper or something like that, first drafts would generate, and then it would take 10 or 15 iterations to be able to have something functional and on brand and on topic and meet the parameters of what I was looking for. And after developing custom GPTs and then ultimately projects where continue to add guardrails and direction for the LLM. Now it is very quick and very on point with the production of content, and I think that is going to be an interesting play in the market as a majority of marketers understand how to use the LLMs correctly. All right, then. Well, good morning. Welcome to Marketing in the Age of AI. I'm Emanuel Rose, and I appreciate you spending a little of your time with me today. And here's where we're headed. First, the week in AI news, and it was a big one, as it continues to be. Models, regulation, and a power shift that you'll want to understand. Then my hot take on AI slop backlash and why I think most marketers are reading it exactly backwards. After that, the companies that came out of stealth and the money that moved. And I'll close with a time-saving playbook you can run this week. So let's get into it. The week in AI news. Let's start again with Kimi K3 because it matters more than the headline suggests. Moonshot AI released it on July 16th. The full open weights dropped by July 27. 2.8 trillion parameters, and it debuted at number 1 on the front-end code arena. This is a free model, beating models pay real money for. Here's the marketing takeaway. The cost of running capable AI is falling fast, and if you built a budget around premium model pricing 6 months ago, the budget may be wrong by now, and you want to check it, find out which of the open source models you can trust. And here's a small test you can run this week. Take one real task, for instance, drafting product descriptions, summarizing a sales call, or cleaning up a messy marketing brief. Run it once on your paid model and once on a good open model, and put the outputs side by side. You may find that the gap is smaller than the price difference. That's the whole point. You're not chasing the top model on a leaderboard. You're finding the cheapest model that's good enough for the job in front of you. Second story, Google delayed Gemini 3.5 Pro. They pushed the wider release by months after internal testing showed it fell short on coding and on the long multi-step reasoning tasks. Reports say DeepMind scrapped the original model and rebuilt it, and four senior Gemini researchers left for Anthropic in late June. Oh, lesson for you. Do not build your whole tech stack on one vendor's promise. Ship on what works today and keep your work portable. So delay at one lab is a shrug for you, not a crisis. Practically, that means writing your prompts and your workflows so they aren't welded to one provider. Keep your brand rules, your best examples, and your data in a place that you own. Then the model is just an engine you can swap out. When a lab stumbles, and they will all stumble eventually, you could change one setting instead of rebuilding your whole marketing operation. Third, and think about this carefully, CNBC reported that the White House is starting to dictate which companies get access to the newest frontier models. The report says OpenAI was asked to gate its GPT 5.6 release, and Anthropic put its most capable cybersecurity model in front of only a handful of partners. Now, of course, the White House denies it. An official told CNBC it does not approve private releases and that any engagement is voluntary. So hold this as a report, not as settled science. But the marketer angle stands either way. Model access is turning into a political variable. Treat your AI supply the way you treat any single supplier risk. Know your primary model, know your backup, and know how fast you can switch. You have a backup, right? My hot take of the week. Here's my hot take, and I know some of you will push back. The AI slop backlash is the best thing that's happened to good marketers all year. Look at the mood. Reporting this year says only 19% of users feel excited about AI, down from about 50% just 2 years ago. And 52% of people pull back the moment they suspect content was machine made. iHeartMedia launched a guaranteed human campaign. Apple TV put the show was made by humans in its credits. Most marketers are shrugging at this. They're scaling more AI content faster and cheaper. I think that's the wrong read. When the whole internet fills up with this cheap sameness, the scarce thing becomes the human. Your taste, your point of view, your story that only you can tell. That's not a soft skill anymore. That's the moat. So here's the plan. And if you remember one line today, make it this one. Use AI for the repetitive, time-consuming manual work. Keep the human on the part that carries the magic spark. Augment, do not replace. So what do you actually do with that? Put a human fingerprint on the work that matters. For instance, a real founder's point of view in the opening, a specific customer story with a real name and a real number, an opinion your competitor is too cautious to say out loud. That's the stuff that the model can't fake because it doesn't have your scars or your clients or your philosophy. Made by humans is becoming a premium label, the way organic did for food. Get there before your competitors do. New AI companies. 3 companies stepped out of stealth this week, and each one tells you something. First, Oak, an Israeli startup out of stealth on July 15 with $60 million in seed funding, and it's already deployed inside enterprises. Co-founded by Shay Morag, who what it does is govern identity across an organization, and it was built for the mess AI agents are creating. Here's why you care. The minute you turn agents loose, somebody has to own what those agents are allowed to touch. Identity is the new gatekeeper. Second, Recon. Out of stealth on July 13th with an on-device AI security platform and a product called North Star. It helps your people spot deepfakes, social engineering, and business email compromise. And it runs on the device, not on the cloud. Co-founder Shuman Gojjumunder used to run trust and safety at Google. Apologize, Schumann. That's a tough last name to pronounce. The angle for you, AI-powered fraud, is aimed at your team's inbox right now. Brand trust starts with not getting your people fooled. Third, and this one's fun, Walden Robotics, a spin-out of Toyota Research Institute, came out on July 15 with about $300 million in funding at a $1.1 billion valuation. NVIDIA and Boeing are among the backers. Their robot is a humanoid upper body on a wheeled base, and it's already running 8-hour shifts at a North American Toyota factory, loading parts, kitting for assembly. Notice the pattern. The repetitive, time-consuming manual work is the first to get handed off. That's the same story we tell you about marketing tasks. It's just moving on to the factory floor right now. So let's follow the money, because the money tells you where the market's going. Fireworks AI raised over $1 billion on Series D on July 16, led by Atreides Management, Index Ventures, and TCV at a 17B valuation. They passed the $1 billion in annual revenue run rate. What do? They help companies run open models cheaply on their own data. Sound familiar? That's the same trend as Kimi K3. The money is betting that cheap specialized AI beats expensive general AI. Next, Instalili, a $60 million Series B on July 14, led by Energized Capital with Home Depot Ventures and United Rentals in the round. They build domain-specific AI teammates for physical goods and services companies. Their agent embeds in a business, learns how it runs, and goes live in days instead of months. That's the pattern I want you to watch. Vertical AI that solves one industry's workflow deeply and ships fast. Third, Monumental, a $32 million Series B on July 15, led by Kozla Ventures out of Amsterdam. They run autonomous bricklaying robots, more than 150 of them on real job sites. Here's the part that marketers should steal. Monumental doesn't sell the robot. It sells the finished wall. You pay for the outcome, not the tool. Think about how you price your own AI-assisted services, right? Step back and look at all three together. Fireworks makes AI cheaper to run. Instalili makes it ship faster. Monumental sells the outcome instead of the tool. Cheaper, faster, outcome first. That's where the smart money is going right now. And honestly, it's a decent checklist for your own AI plans this year. And here are some new AI tools worth knowing. LinkedIn rolled out 5 AI tools inside Campaign Manager, Brand Kit, Draft with AI, Ads Personalization, AI Ad Variants, and Flexible Ad Creation. LinkedIn's own data says running 5 or more ad variants lifts click-through by more than 20%. If you're a B2B team already on LinkedIn, this could be a real time saver. SAS launched SAS 360 Marketing AI. It lets marketers build and deploy machine learning models without a data science team. Useful, but a tool like this only pays off if your data is clean first. And CapCut got named Best AI Marketing Tool for 2026. Image, video, music, and editing in one workspace. For a social team cranking short form video, that could be a fast win. One rule as you look at all of these, don't buy a tool because it's new. Buy it because it kills a task you already hate doing. New, shiny, and unused is just budget you lit on fire, right? And save time playbook. Here's the playbook you can run this week. It's the LinkedIn ad variant workflow, and it turns variant testing from a design bottleneck into just a few clicks. Step 1, load your brand kit once, your colors, your fonts, your tone of voice rules. Do it one time, and the AI stays on brand, on voice, hopefully. Step 2, use Draft with AI. Feed it your landing page URL and your campaign objective, and hand it one past winner as a reference. Step 3, generate 5 or more AI ad variants. New headlines, new intro text. Remember, LinkedIn's data says 5+ variants lift click-through. Step 4, turn on ads personalization by job title, company, and industry. LinkedIn reports a 1.4% higher click-through on website conversion campaigns and 2.4% more lead gen clicks on video ads. In step 5, launch it as flexible ad creation and then let it test the combinations for you. One caution so you don't get burned. The AI writes the copy, but you still own the offer, the targeting, and the taste. Read every variant before it goes live. A weak line at 20% higher click-through just means more people see a weak line faster. You stay in the loop on the message and the offer. The tool handles the repetitive production work. That's the whole game. So here's what I want you to do this week. Pick one repetitive, time-consuming manual task. Hand it to AI and keep the human spark for the work that only you can do. And here's a quick one before you go. If you're worried about whether your brand even shows up inside AI Answers, take a look at Strategic GEO Review. It scores how visible your brand is when people ask an AI instead of a search engine. It's built for B2B teams watching their organic traffic move into chatbots. Go to strategicgeoreview.com. That's strategicgeoreview.com. That's the show today. If you found value in it, please share it with one of your colleagues who needs it. And send me your questions on LinkedIn. I read them all, and the good questions become part of the show. Thanks for spending time with me today. Go do something with AI today, please.
Thanks for listening to Marketing in the Age of AI. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. Your copy of Authentic Marketing in the Age of AI is available at Amazon.com or EmanuelRose.com. You can also connect with Emanuel on LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening, and we'll